Hello, and welcome back to a small car in the distance.
I love this music. It's the best. Oh, it just faded out. There it is. It's good music.
It's alright.
What?
It's coming back now.
It's gonna like build up. That's the worst part of this track, is that it has to like build up to the good bit, and then we have to like go around in circles.
There's a lot of songs in the soundtrack that are like that. There's a lot of like very strong songs that really only have like one good section.
One bit that's like fantastic.
Yeah.
And then you're just waiting for it to get back around. Look, oh my god. It was, I think it might have been when I went through Umineko. I would literally sit around for like several minutes waiting for this one part of the song that then I would continue reading the story through, because I just liked that part of the song to like have in the background. I don't remember what the scene was or what the track was, but I just remember that being a thing.
I don't know, like, I'm a big fan of, like, progressive music, which is to say that, you know, music that goes through a long musical journey.
Sure.
So,
but these aren't super, like, they're not super long tracks.
Oh, yeah, but more to the point that, like, not to say that I'm any good at it, but I tend to listen to music that has, like, a lot of consistently good parts. At least that's the kind of stuff that I try to look for, but they're all very different, consistently good parts within the same song.
For sure. I mean, you're the music nerd here.
Yeah.
I mean, we're both, you know, musical people, obviously, as we've been told by the many fans that we have about about producer work in the music industry. But you're the music guy, de facto. Right?
But yeah, no, I mean, we've had the discussion about Umineko, Higurashi's soundtrack, and like the way it could be scripted better earlier. But, you know, I also think that there's something in the writing of this music that's like not super strong on that front as well.
Right.
You know, obviously the whole like lack of progression and everything's just kind of waiting for the chorus to kick in a lot of the songs.
Yeah, I feel that.
But also like there's just no themes going on at the moment in this story.
You mean like leitmotifs kind of stuff?
Yeah, and like we talked about, as I said earlier,
it's literally just you is the thing.
Yeah,
it's like the only
Keiichi.
leitmotif, and it's just things are sad, which is great, mind you. I love you, but like it is. Don't take that out of context, you fuckers. But it's like it's the song. You is like the song that continuously plays at the best moments in Higurashi. The like hype moments and everything. There are not a lot of like character motifs. In the same way that you know, other visual novels might have.
And the other thing is that there's like music being added to the soundtrack so often that doesn't like reference the previous work in the soundtrack. Like, you know, Keiichi had that fucking phenomenal jazzy theme in Himatsubushi.
Oh my god, yes.
That's like barely shown up since.
Yeah. Like I've been doing terrible things. I've been watching Ruby for reasons.
That is terrible.
But something that I will give credit to, even if it's like not always used very well, they do the creators of that show have done a like comprehensive job of trying to use like the leitmotifs of all of the like opening songs and character songs, and like even some of the songs that they just play. Like there are a bunch of songs that Jeff Williams with his daughter Keiichi, they just made like for the show, and they're not actually played during episodes, they're just in the credits. They're just badass songs, and they all like, if you listen to like Mirror Mirror Part 1 and Part 2, and then like the Path to Isolation. Anyway, there's a whole bunch of songs that are like, this is Weiss's journey, and all the songs like use the leitmotifs from the previous songs, and they keep remixing them and changing the meaning. It's great. It's like, as garbage as that show is, it has some things that it does really well and really like cohesively.
And what lessons could Higurashi learn from that?
Get more cohesive music, I guess. I don't know.
There we go.
Use leitmotif.
We've saved Dai.
We've saved visual novels. Look, Dai doesn't need our help. He's a good boy. He does nothing but good work in my eyes.
I saw a very peculiar comments thread on a video from, I think, the Umineko soundtrack. Which
was it all
like
spoilers? And
I don't know, but it was like, it's amazing that Dai is this one incredibly famous composer, and someone was like, no, it's not, and they just started like going back and forth about whether or not it was these two different Japanese composers with Dai at the beginning of their name. It's just like,
I don't know about that. I haven't heard about that. I haven't heard of any like alternate Dai impersonators. That sounds like fun though. Somebody tell us in the comments. If you know the story of Dai's impersonator, who was way more popular than him, that's how we're framing it. If you know the story of Dai's wildly successful,
is this Keiichi?
I assume so.
Okay.
I assume so.
This area has no streetlights, so I was scared to run fast when I could barely. Running fast. Of course, it's Keiichi. What was I fucking asking?
Tell us in the comments.
The moon lit up the sky, but not my steps. The only light I had to see by was my flashlight. Why did I even fucking ask? The light was very weak. All I could see was the flat gravel road before me. Anything the flashlight couldn't reach was not our kingdom. The expression often used in novels, pitch black.
Like this one.
Wouldn't be inappropriate.
Oh,
I might trip over an empty can or a rock any time. Not wanting to fall, I used the flashlight to its maximum extent to watch my step, but I was still a bit nervous. I started running slower and slower until I was just walking briskly.
With no sense of danger or haste.
Did I just stop running because I'm afraid of tripping in the dark? But I usually run around without watching my step during the day. I run around with Rena and Mion all the time. Even if I can see what's underfoot, I don't pay any attention. I didn't think I might trip, I just keep running around without a care. Rena might be feeling the same way I am right now. For Rena, the light with which she illuminates the darkness of suspicion is too weak.
Oh my god, I love this.
And the darkness of the delusion she deeply believes in is getting darker and darker. That's why she's scared to even walk on the same roads she always used to take.
Only Keiichi could say these lines.
She fell for the contents of those ridiculous scrapbooks. People might laugh at her for that, but those scrapbooks aren't normal. They manipulate their readers' hearts, and with evil intent they take advantage of their vulnerabilities. That evil intent captured my heart for one night. That's why I know how evil they are.
Oh my god.
They're just urban legends, like the prophecies of Nostradamus or the Purple Mirror. They're a bunch of feasible lies, and when you hear about them at first, you think they're too stupid to believe, but once you fall for them, it's hard to get them out of your mind for some reason. It'll be the year 1999 in less than 20 years. Everybody knows about the prophecy of the world coming to an end in July of 1999. There are even some TV shows about it too, which irresponsibly fan people's fears. Some people take it seriously. And then there was that one John Cusack movie that came out about 13 years after that.
Yeah. It was terrible from what I hear.
Those people...
I haven't seen it.
Have I ever told you about the experience I had watching that movie?
No, tell us.
So... This is 2012 for anyone who didn't get the...
back in the 90s of 2012, yes.
So there was a brand new lecture theater built at the institution I was studying in at the time, and no one had been in there other than the people who'd built it, and we were there over the holiday break working on a project, and we were just like, well, it's lunchtime, we've ordered pizza, what can we do? And we just kind of looked at the door and we were like, this has got to be locked, right? We just opened it up. It was like, oh, it's open.
Let's walk in.
Walked down, plugged a computer in, opened it up, and was like, what movie can we watch? And I don't know how we ended up on 2012, but we basically had a lunch break that was 4 times as long as it should have been, watching a shitty movie about the end of the world in a lecture theater that no one had been in, with pizza that shouldn't have been in there.
Yeah.
It was a great time.
It sounds like fate to me. It sounds like
so I have a really fond memory of that shit fucking movie in my heart.
God, I wish I'd been there. Maybe we can recreate that with actual pizza, but it has to be accidental pizza, so someone has to order the pizza for us. We get one of our friends just order a bunch of pizza and they won't tell us what it is, and it'll be cheese.
It's always nice reflecting on the good times you had reading stories and watching movies.
With friends. Before everything went to shit and Rena had maggots in her blood.
Exactly. Those people think that the prophecy means the outbreak of nuclear war, so some of them are making shelters in their backyards. Some of them are... Oh my god, is that the Sonozaki family? Is that what the Sonozaki family is doing? Some of them are thinking about freezing themselves by 1999 so that they won't end up exposed to radiation, only waking up after it's gone with Walt Disney, their leader.
That sounds pretty smart to me.
These people are completely serious about it. When you think about it rationally, it's impossible that there'll be an outbreak of nuclear war in 1999.
Why?
It's true that the Cold War makes us think that the final war will break out any time, but both powers are actually pointing their nuclear missiles at each other, and they know there's nothing to gain for either of them to start a nuclear war.
Such a weird...
The Soviets might do it. The Soviets would destroy the world if it meant eradicating liberalism, but that delusion that the Soviets might do it could neatly be swapped for the very way that Takano uses the Sonozaki family in her scrapbooks.
Are we about to use the Cold War as an analogy for the scrapbooks? This is amazing.
We're not about to, we just did.
I know, but...
When people create a large-scale delusion like the prophecies above, they always use an incomprehensibly unknown enemy, such as the Soviet Union, Nazi Germany, or aliens.
Aliens!
And they say something like, you never know, they might do things like that and try and increase the credibility of the delusions without any evidence whatsoever.
I did a small amount of research on aliens popular culture. Apparently, aliens always represent the thing that society most fears. That's how they've been historically used.
Next thing you're gonna tell me that every state submits propaganda to its citizens.
That's true. I agree with that. Let's do it.
Next thing you're gonna tell me that every time there's war, we're gonna just say us and them as though them are not just us on a different side.
You. I'm making a literary point about how aliens are used in fiction, sir. Let's not make this political.
It's too late. The story already made it political.
Damn it, it's about the Cold War. I better go get my Russian cap on.
I agree.
And my nuclear launch codes.
What did Takano-san know about the Sonozaki family?
Fancy tube.
Nothing.
Brain
All she did was use the history of Onigafuchi and say that the Sonozaki family is still working behind the scenes, plotting a horrifying conspiracy. It's just like one of those large-scale prophecies. It's nothing but a stupid story like that one about Nazi Germany, which says that Hitler is still alive and lives in an underground complex somewhere on the South Pole, continuing his plot to conquer the world.
This guy's a Santa. I'm familiar. What? What?
I've never heard that.
Because Santa died, and so Nazi Hitler took up Santa's costume, moved his shit to the South Pole, and now whenever he hands out presents, swastikas on all of them. That's what the wrapping actually looks like if you look at them from above. You gotta watch out for that. Watch out for that.
Yes.
Nazi gifts to all the good American boys and girls.
Rena usually doesn't believe in stupid stories like that, but it was just bad timing, I suppose. It was right after she killed Rina Mimiya and Tepe Hojo and was caught by us. She was in a state of panic when she heard the story. We were waiting for her to recover from the shock, but before she did and regained the strength of her heart, a poison got into her and spread all throughout her body. When you're sick and have a weakened immune system, it's easy to get another disease. It's just like that.
It's true.
That's it. Rena is just sick right now. When you're very sick in bed with a high fever, you sometimes feel like you might die from it, but most of the time you're just overreacting. You get better soon after you take a medicine, pulse for effect, eat healthy food, and sleep a lot.
And eat hot dogs.
That's how she is right now. She caught a mental cold, that's all. She needs to get better soon or she might get caught by the police. I passed several patrol cars on my way. I hid every time I saw one since I didn't want to be questioned. I was probably passed by them twice.
He saw a lot of patrol cars. He was passed by them twice. He's going in circles.
Sounds about right to me.
When I came close to Rena's house, I saw a car parked near the gate. It was obviously watching her house, trying to capture her when she'd arrived home. Miyano ordered the Sonozaki family to find Rena to protect her from the police, but honestly, I'm not sure if they can. After all, Rena believes that the Sonozaki family is after her. But if they don't find her, the police will eventually. If that happens, all of us who helped her bury corpses will be caught by the police in the end.
It's true.
I don't know how or why the police came to suspect her. I think they only have some circumstantial evidence. I don't think they know why she did it for sure, but since they're looking everywhere for her now, they must have some kind of reliable evidence. Rena, come on. You don't have time to play around with Takano-san's scrapbooks right now. The police are after you. It was so dark that I couldn't be sure if she was down there, but I made up my mind and headed down the slope, carefully shining my flashlight to light the way.
This is why I feel so bad about you losing those points in the last... Well, us losing those points in the last chapter. Because Keiichi does go to the garbage dump.
He does go to the garbage dump. It was the obvious next step in the story.
I know, but you were just one chapter too soon. You didn't see the Rika coming. You didn't see it coming for you. But to be fair, nobody does.
In fairness, it still was my second guess.
Yeah. We still lost points overall. You know, didn't gain as many. That's okay though. We can make it up by being a Keiichi. It'd be great.
Alrighty.
He's a good boy.
I wanted to loudly call out Rena's name, but there might be some policemen nearby looking for her. I walked around a trash pile and then I saw a light. It was Rena.
Yo, what up, fam?
I ran towards her hideout, kicking aside the trash in my way.
Shit. Oh, that's not good.
Rena was standing right in front of her, holding a hatchet.
That's bad.
I couldn't play. Come on. Yes.
No.
Kill Keiichi.
No killing Keiichi. Don't do it, Rena.
Kill
No,
Keiichi.
you're perfect.
Kill
You couldn't kill him.
Keiichi.
You couldn't kill him if your life depended on it.
I couldn't blame her. She must have noticed all the noise I'd made coming down the slope. Rena, it's me.
Keiichi-kun. I sure have a lot of visitors tonight.
Who else is here? I shone my flashlight around, but I didn't see anybody else.
I'm leaving because it's not safe here anymore. I don't want you to know where I'm going, so please, don't follow me.
Rena, what happened to your neck? You're bleeding.
I'm okay. It might come back again, though.
Rena's neck was all red. It looked like she had some kind of skin disease on her neck. She probably couldn't bear the itchiness and scratched at it really hard. You need to do more than just wipe at it with a towel. Come to my house. You need to clean it up.
Don't worry about it. It is an injury. It's too late anyway.
Too late? What do you mean?
They must have put the drug in my food without me realizing. It's the drug that killed Tomoteca Flesh Sand. They probably used a syringe to inject him with the drug, but they changed their methods this time. I I think they put it in someone's lunch. You remember Mi-chan gave out a piece of her omelet to everyone the other day at lunch, don't you? She must have put it in the omelet. She's smart. She was a slow-acting drug this time. Damn it!
Rena kicked the dirt with hatred. She was almost literally kicking Mion's goodwill to the curb. Hey, Rena, are you seriously saying that Mion would do such a thing? Rena looked stunned and she stared straight at me. I noticed a slight accusation in her eyes. I can tell by looking in her eyes that she wants to say, what are you talking about? I already told you that the Sanozaki family is the mastermind behind the conspiracy. First of all, Mion didn't give out her omelet to everybody that day. Mion cut her omelet into 5 pieces and she told us to take one if we wanted. Rena took the end piece of the omelet before anybody else took one. She said it looked cute and ate it right there.
No, that's not what happened. Mi-chan tried to make me eat the omelet because she put a drug in it.
Rena, stop interpreting everything so conveniently. Mion just put 5 pieces of the omelet in the lid of her lunchbox.
No, she didn't. She gave out each piece to every one of us.
Let's just be clear here. Card forcing is a very real thing.
It's true.
It's a very real thing.
Could be a psychological tactic.
Rena, think about it. Have we ever done something like that before? We usually take whatever we like from everybody else's lunch. Nobody has ever said something like, this is your piece, so take this. Or this is her piece, so don't take that, you know? She looked at me with that accusation in her eyes. To Rena, everything that comes out of my mouth must sound like a lie. To her, it's the fact that she was poisoned. She knows for sure that the drug was in the omelet. That's why she's contradicting me, because I'm saying something different. I didn't come here to make her mad. I realized that disagreeing would only escalate her anger, so I decided not to. Anyway, you said this place isn't safe anymore. Where are you going to go then?
Well, I'll find somewhere.
It's not that easy to find a place to sleep. Why don't you come to my house?
It's a really inappropriate time to be flirting, Keiichi.
I appreciate your offer, but I can't do that. The Sanozaki family is looking for me everywhere in the village. I don't think you betray me, but I don't think you can hide me from them either.
It's not the Sanozaki family who are looking for you, it's the police.
Why? Wisha-san is on my side, and I told him to leave me alone. I don't think he's looking for me.
I think they know that you killed Rena and Teppei.
Huh. Oh, I see.
I was relieved that we were finally on the same page, but I realized I was wrong right away when she laughed in self-derision.
Do you know how the police found out that I killed them?
Oh, goodness, could it have been Mion?
No, I have no idea. Nobody saw her killing them. Nobody saw us burying the corpses. We buried them deep in the mountains and we camouflaged the spot perfectly. Plus, Mion moved them to a secret place afterwards, so it's impossible that the corpses would be found.
I went there this evening. I went there to check the spot where we buried them. Guess what I found?
That didn't sound good. Of course. Rena has no idea that Mion took care of the corpses. She'd think that the corpses were still buried there.
They weren't there. The corpses. Somebody dug them out and carried them somewhere else.
Rena, that's because,
It's impossible that someone happened to dig them up. I chose the place, so the only people who know about the place are me and my friends who were there.
Kill Keiichi.
Don't do it, Rena!
That's right. Well, the thing
You
is...
love him!
I know who did it. It's me.
No, shush, it's my line! So don't kill him. He's a good boy. I know who did it. It's Mi-chan. They didn't have me to work. They didn't want me to work with the police. They need to have some insurance. But I didn't think they'd use the police to find me. I guess they don't care how it looks anymore as long as I'm captured.
Come on, do you really think Mion would do such a thing?
She did. Mi-chan sold me out.
No, she didn't. Mion is your friend. We're all on your side no matter what happens. Even if the whole world turned against you, we'd still be on your side. Even if the whole ocean evaporated, Mion would never sell you out.
I don't understand why you're defending her.
It's just the opposite. I don't understand why you're doubting her.
That's simple. Mio-san revealed the existence of the conspiracy to me and the fanatics are...
Shut up! I'm sorry. I didn't mean to yell at you like that. I apologize. Please listen to me. The corpses are gone because Mion dug them up. And,
See, I told you!
Listen to me until I finish, okay? Mion dug them out because she found out the place isn't going to be safe for much longer. There's a logging project scheduled to begin on the mountain this summer. That was why. That's why she dug them out, to save you from being caught. Rena laughed at me like I was stupid or something.
Pause for effect.
I could tell she didn't understand anything I was saying.
Don't you get it? Me-chan made that up. She just wants to look good when you're around. She's a dirty bitch.
Hey. Then what was she supposed to do? Are you saying that she should have left the corpses there knowing the forestry service would find them this summer? She couldn't do that because she's your friend.
Why can't you understand that Me-chan made everything up, including the logging project?
You're the one who doesn't understand anything. After I yelled at her, she gave me an icy look. She stared into my eyes, as if trying to find out what I came here for. I came here to wake you up. You're possessed by an impossible delusion because of Takano-san's scrapbooks. At first I thought it was interesting, but this is getting way out of hand. You know why? It's because they're making you sick.
Oh, the girl who looked just like Rika-chan told me the same thing. You're actually right about that. I mean, I do have the mega disease, so...
No, you don't understand. Listen to me very carefully. You need to lie down and rest for a while, okay? It'd be a lot safer to stay at Mion's house. She can protect you from the police. But if you don't trust her, you could stay at my place. Either way, it's not good for you to stay somewhere uncomfortable like this. Let's just go to my house for now. We'll have some cold tea together. It'll cool your fever down, then you'll realize how crazy you are.
Wow. Fucking ruthless Felix over here. Being very mean.
I just want Keiichi to die.
No, he won't die! Keiichi will live forever! Fucking stop! What are you talking about, Keiichi-kun? Are you saying that I'm crazy?
That is what I just said.
Yeah. I'm not crazy. You are. You don't know it, but you're just being controlled by the parasite. Keiichi-kun, you think you have nothing to do with it, but you're one of the victims. You just don't realize it. I'm not blaming you for that. I can save you. I can save everybody, so please, trust me for now.
You think we're all crazy? You think everybody in this village is crazy, and you're not? Is that what you're saying?
It might even be spreading outside of Hinamizawa. It might have already spread as far as Shishibona City or to the entire prefecture.
This is Rena's I can neither confirm nor deny these allegations moment.
I really am.
Oh, she fucking...
Here we go. We're denying this shit. Denying the craziness.
Down, Rena, you let me down.
Go, Rena, go. I really am the only one who isn't crazy. I know that, thanks to Mio-san scrapbooks. I thought you understood that too.
Wait a second, Rena. You're saying everybody in this world is crazy except you? That's the same thing as saying you're the only one who's crazy. This world hasn't changed. Nobody is crazy. Nobody's your enemy. If you ask me, it's crazy to believe that you're the only one in this world who isn't crazy and that everybody in the world is your enemy. In short, your only enemy is yourself.
I feel sorry for you, Keiichi-kun, but it's okay. It's not that easy except the facts Mio-san discovered.
It's not that easy to accept the facts.
Yeah. Even she wasn't sure about them. So I understand if you can't accept the truth. That's why I'm going to fight. I'm going to fight to save everybody. I'll beat them down and make them stop controlling you.
Rena, that's stupid. That's just idiotic. You feel sorry for me? You're stupid. Why don't you understand? Why do you still believe a crazy, stupid story like this? You're just interpreting everything to suit your convenience.
They have replacements for Mio-san, Rika-chan, and me. They're going to replace me after I'm killed.
What? Replacements? You seriously saying that?
You know what? I'm going to tell you the truth. I haven't told you about this yet. The true identity of the parasite is...
Aliens!
Aliens.
Aliens!
It's aliens.
Aliens?
Insert meme. Yes. Hoshio-sama is also an alien. The description of his descent from the sky matches with alien theories from all over the world.
Ah, yes, all of those famous alien theories from all around the world.
Yeah.
From
Spaceships come down.
Revolutionary 240 pixel total videos on the internet.
Dude, it's time for the aliens to rise up. Aliens rise up. Whenever a great civilization flourished, it was always the aliens who accomplished it. They have advanced knowledge. They came to Earth to help immature humans evolve.
Ah, yes, just like my favorite movie, Prometheus.
I can't defend that movie. I'm not going to. Shout out to the Prometheans, cool of running away from things.
Hey, wait just a minute. You must be kidding, right, man? The parasite theory was interesting, but aliens? Come on, that's just nonsense. But Rena believes this theory so seriously, and she feels so sorry for me because I can't accept it.
They've been controlling the community by living as parasites in human bodies, but sometimes someone with sharp intuition comes along and tries to reveal the truth, but they get rid of them in order to maintain their control of the community. They sometimes kidnap these people with sharp intuition and put a piece of metal in their bodies to gain control over them. When that doesn't work, they replace those people with their copies. They made a copy of me, Osan. They made a copy of me, too. Rika-chan's copy just came by a few minutes ago. I talked to it. It admitted that it came from space. It told me that the end of the world is coming soon, and it laughed at me, saying I should struggle as much as I want.
I don't remember space being in that conversation.
It wasn't.
Okay, I just had to check.
It wasn't. I'm going to fight. I'm not going to let them domesticate our species. I'll never, ever...
You're so stupid. I stepped towards Rena and slapped her in the face.
Damn!
I was hoping it would return her to sanity. Wake up! Rena, did you forget? It happened here, just a few days ago. We all took each other's hands here, didn't we? And we promised we'd be a family made of friends forever. Rena played with her wrist. She didn't interrupt, so I continued.
You know what's in the wrist? Below the wrist in her arm, it's a hand. And you know what's in the hand?
Ham fist. Ham?
You know what's in the ham fist?
A hatchet.
Yes, Ben.
Keiichi's gonna be fine. Don't worry about it.
If you're seriously saying that aliens are controlling the Earth, I'll believe you. Even if everybody in this world didn't, I would. That's because I'm your friend, and I'm on your side no matter what, but I want you to listen to me too. I want you to listen to me because I'm your friend. Takano-san made up all those stories in the scrapbooks. It's true. Takano-san was an occult maniac. She enjoyed interpreting the old history of Hinamizawa any way she wanted. She made up ridiculous stories out of it and she read them to people for fun. So the parasite story isn't the only one she made up. There are stories about UFOs, some kind of creatures from the underworld, and many other things. So when you read in the scrapbooks, it was just a new story she made up recently. Don't you remember that she liked to make fun of people? She was just making fun of you because you took her story so seriously.
If it was just a story she made up, why was she killed? Her autopsy report said she had been dead for 24 hours when she was found, but she was there at the festival. Why? How are you going to explain the cause of Tomoteaki Flashsan's death? What about the Sanzaki family? What about the legend of Hinamizawa? What about Orishio-sama and Rika-chan? Are you saying everything is made up? Are you saying that the whole world is lying to us?
Stop making connections between everything. That's just a typical symptom of paranoia. Don't think so hard. You're just tired. That's why you need to rest. All I'm gonna do is offer you a place to relax, a bed and food. If you can't trust my food, you don't have to eat it. Eat whatever you have. Anyway, please just trust me for now.
My story makes more sense than yours. I have evidence to prove it.
Does she?
I don't know. She got the scrapbooks.
That's not evidence, though.
That's evidence to her.
That's true. I'm gonna refrain from making a religious political connection here.
I would never make such a thing, but there are some clear parallels that are happening. But all you're saying is that I should trust you. Isn't it obvious who was right?
Yes, it's obvious. Me. I'm right.
How? How can you be so sure?
It's easy. It's because I'm your friend. Friends never betray one another. Friends always help each other. So you have to believe that I'm right even when the world says I'm wrong, because I'm your friend.
Pause for effect. If she's dropped the hatchet, I'm disappointed.
Okay.
If the hatchet has just landed in his head and we're about to get a death monologue,
I mean,
I'm very excited.
Let's just go.
Damn it!
I know, I told you. Kill him, it's impossible. This would be the moment. Where we ride or die, and she has chosen to not have any deaths happen. That's it, dude.
What a fucking letdown.
Look, I know you're excited for Keiichi's murder, but I am more excited about this power of friendship.
Her boring head in her boring hands.
Shut your mouth.
She was muttering something boring, and it looked like she was asking herself boring questions.
Shut your damn mouth. Fucking disrespected my girl up in here. You leave Rena alone. She's had a hard life, and afternoon and evening and everything. He wants me to trust him, but he has no evidence to prove he's right. He's being absurd. Or maybe he's right and I'm wrong. Am I really just misunderstanding everything? Oh, it would be wonderful if that was true. I wished I was wrong so many times. I wish Mio-san's scrapbooks are nothing but a bunch of stories and the parasite doesn't exist. Some coincidences happen to connect together and I interpret them in the wrong way. I really wish that was the case. Don't give up, Rena Ryugu. Be cool, Rena Ryugu. This guy has poison in his words. He's trying to take advantage of my weakness. Everything's too obvious not to believe. It's obvious that the aliens have been trying to invade the Earth using this village as their base ever since it was called Nigafuchi.
Pick up the hatchet.
Don't do it. Keiichi-kun is a victim who's being controlled by them. He's just a victim.
Pick up the hatchet.
Shut your damn mouth. Leave Rena alone. But
it's right there.
Shh. But when he grabbed my wrist really hard on that day, I could tell his intentions were true. I still remember the strength of his grip on my wrist. He tried to save me, his friend.
It's true, he's not a good actor, so he couldn't have lied about this.
I mean, that's a valid point. That is, honest to God, a valid point, because Keiichi cannot lie for shit.
But what if he's such a good actor that he's been acting as a bad actor this whole time, and it was all a stitch up, and he's behind everything?
It's fucking rubbish. You know what would make sense is if he'd already been replaced by the aliens. Now that would make some sense.
That would have been a more plausible thing to lean on, but I decided to go too wild.
Look, that's why I'm the one who solves the mysteries in the show. Fuck, I love this. Okay. I still remember the strength of his grip on my wrist. He tried to save me, his friend. I got lost in this crazy delusional maze many times. I prayed over and over that somebody would help me. And now my prayers are answered, and Keiichi-kun is reaching for my hand again. But don't forget, Rena Ryugu. This guy says he's your friend, but he hasn't told you everything about himself. Now you can say pick up the hatchet. This is the moment to say pick up the hatchet. Don't you remember? Oishi-san told you about it. He told me about what he found out. I couldn't trust my friends, so Oishi checked on everybody, including Keiichi-kun. Just like an Aquan. Just like Aquan.
That's right.
That's why I know about what he did before he moved here. Looks like he's a good guy on the outside, but he's crazy on the inside. Mm-hmm. I can't trust him. I shouldn't trust him. So what? I don't care who it was before I moved here. I did many bad things in Ibaraki too. I did many unforgivable things. I hurt my friends really badly, broke the windows at the school, and was suspended. I was a very bad girl.
I actually don't remember what Keiichi did. Were we told?
No, we haven't been told.
Okay.
Fucking get hype. Did he treat me differently because of that? No, he didn't. Rena Ryugu is Rena Ryugu. He'll forgive me because it was Rena Ryugu who did all those bad things in Ibaraki.
Of course, that's how things work.
Yeah. Because she's like cordoned off like, this is what I was in the past and this is what I am now, and I'm segmenting them in my mind via fucking psychological defense.
So if Keiichi just finally adopts his alternate persona, Skeiichi, then all will be well.
You're actually the worst. You're actually the worst. Why did I read this with you? Fuck off. He won't forgive me. I should know better. Keiichi Mahabara believes that I'm a kind and modest girl because he doesn't know Rena. If he found out about Rena, what would he do? He wouldn't do anything. He wouldn't be scared of me. Rena's Rena. Rena's a different girl. The same goes with Keiichi-kun. I don't care who he was before I moved here. We're even.
Are you okay, Rena?
Don't touch me.
Rena knocked my hand aside when I reached for her.
You keep saying you're my friend. You want me to trust you because of that. You want me to believe that you're right, even if the world says you're wrong. Are you out of your mind? That is more delusional than anything else.
I don't care what you say, I'm your friend. Everything I say, I say for your sake. Don't doubt me. I know I'm right.
Really? Then can I ask you something?
Yeah, anything.
Friends, they don't keep secrets from another, right?
I mean, I don't know how this myth has become perpetuated for years.
Something that Rena believes in right now.
Like, it's something that I've heard people say for fucking, like, my entire life. That friends don't keep secrets from each other. But it's just not true.
It's definitely a myth. For sure. I agree.
And like, one could argue that like, oh yeah, but true friends, that's how you can tell you're true friends, but like, if just nah.
Mm. Yeah. I mean, sometimes people have things they like to keep from, their current acquaintances because it would I don't know, paint their character in a different light. Nobody wants that shit drug up.
It's almost like this entire scene is grounded on some sensible thinking.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Of course. I'm not hiding anything from you.
You're lying.
I'm not.
Yes, you are.
What's so funny?
Keiichi-kun. You think you can keep a secret from me, don't you? I know everything. I know what you did before you moved here. I know.
I felt as if my entire body was covered in frosty needles. My body and mind froze all of a sudden. I don't believe this. I don't believe this. How come she knows about that?
I asked Oisha-san to check on everybody.
That just kills the suspense, Rena. You can't just go giving these things away.
She just, I mean, she already said that. What do you mean? She said that in her mind like 2 pages ago.
Yeah, I know, but Keiichi didn't.
It's true, but she's dropping logic bombs on him. That's the shit that she's doing.
That's what, yeah, of course.
Yeah, dude.
Because she couldn't have just been spookier and said that she just knew it.
Well, I don't think that's the point.
What do you mean it's not the point? She's turned negative, she's got the spooky eyes, this entire sequence is meant to be spooky.
I mean, it's more horrifying, you know.
I feel like you've taken a joke comment way too seriously, Ben.
Okay. We're backpedal? Okay, fair enough.
I'm completely on board with you. I'm just saying I would have liked it to be spooky.
Okay, I'm glad that we're on the same page. I asked Oisha-san to check on everybody. Everybody. It's why I know what you did before you came here.
Stop it, you got it all wrong.
You're only talking to little girls. I have to tell Sadako-chan and Rika-chan about it. I can't believe a dangerous person like you was near us the whole time.
No, it wasn't like that. It just turned out that way.
A series of attacks on school kids. Bravo, it has as strong an impact as the series of mysterious deaths in Namizawa.
Are you implying to me that Keiichi was behind the series of mysterious deaths, Rena?
She says.
It wasn't like that.
It wasn't like what? You shot little kids with a BB gun when they were walking alone on deserted streets. What a horrifying incident.
You know, while this isn't exactly a morally acceptable thing for Keiichi to do, I don't imagine this really being more of a problem than like, ow, you hit me.
Well, let's continue the scene, shall we? It instilled fear into the whole city for a while. Members of the PTA had to watch the kids at every street corner when they walked between home and school. You shot one of the little girls in their eyes.
There we go, well done.
She was badly injured. Fortunately, the damage wasn't permanent. You had a BB gun, and you only shot little kids. How disgusting. What made you enjoy it so much? You must have really enjoyed it because you continued to do it for a long time. But then you turned yourself into the police, accompanied by your parents in a crisis of conscience. You couldn't even take responsibility for your actions on your own. Juvenile law was kind to you, wasn't it? It prevented your name from being disclosed to the public or the victims. I bet your father spent a lot of money to protect you. He paid a lot of compensation to sell the case out of court, and he had you placed on probation. After the case cooled down, he used the power of money once again to move far away from the city, everything unsolved, right? You're lucky that your father's so rich.
No, it wasn't like that.
Why didn't you tell us about it? You told me that you did nothing but study at previous school. Why did you lie like that?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to lie.
I thought friends didn't keep secrets from one another, right? So that makes you not my friend.
Hatchet time! Hatchet time! Hatchet... Blades?
No, it's
Bleed?
No. I'm sorry, Felix.
Blood?
No.
Salt.
The salty edge of the hatchet?
The blades of your words hit hard, and they made my eyes bleed. The blood was clear and it tasted salty.
Oh. I can't trust you because of what you did in the past. Don't you ever think you can hide it from me.
I remember how deeply I regretted it. I couldn't regret enough. I wanted to forget it, but I couldn't. I made a stupid mistake. Why does she have to bring it up right now?
Bring up what? The hatchet from the ground?
Shh. You motherfucker.
I apologized and accepted everything, and I moved here to put it behind me. I wanted to have a fresh start in Namizawa. I swore to myself to live a clean life from then on. Everything is ruined now. I'll be a criminal, no matter where I go. I was stressed out with my exam studies. I was frustrated. I randomly shot people. I didn't care if it was girls or kids. Why did I do something so stupid? There was no reason. I had no reason to do that. I just wanted to get some attention. I didn't have the courage to tell my parents that I didn't want to study. I just wanted somebody to scold me, so I used a childish way to get attention. I regret what I did. I swear I'll never do something that stupid again. If I do it again, they can send me to the chair. If there's something I could do to be completely forgiven, I'd do it no matter what it was, but no matter how deeply I regret it, and no matter how long I atone for my sin, I'll never be forgiven. That's why I wanted to sweep the whole thing under the carpet and have a fresh start. I have nothing to say if somebody tells me that forgetting my sin is an act of cowardice. Sins are sins. You can't just get rid of them. You have to carry them for the rest of your life. I know that's the fate of a sinner. If you don't want to live like that, don't be a sinner. I understand the logic too, but then how are sinners supposed to live?
Anyway, you're not my friend. I'm not going to take any orders from somebody who isn't my friend. I need you to leave me alone for a while, okay?
I didn't notice until she spoke that I was on my knees hanging my head. When I picked up the hatchet she dropped earlier. Pause.
You want the same thing that she wants, that he
for
wants.
effect. I wanted her to hit my head with it. Yeah, that's right. If anything's gonna be torn apart, I'd rather it be my body. Compared to the pain of my heart being torn to shreds, I'd rather she cut my head off. I believed it. I still believe it. I still believe it right at this moment. I believe that I'm their friend. But in fact, I'm starting to become aware of it. I want to believe that I am their friend because I don't want to accept my past. I'm trying to tell myself that, but I feel stupid crying like this. My face is all messy with tears. I was never their friend. I'm a sinner, and I hid my past from them. I hid it because I was scared. I told her that friends don't hide anything from another and hid my past from them. I hid my sin from them. My past has nothing to do with how I live my life here. If I ever attacked a kid in this village just because I was frustrated, I wouldn't mind if they killed me and cut me into pieces, but I'll never do anything like that again. I just want to live normally. What I did before I moved here has nothing to do with my life now. For instance, Rena moved here too. I wouldn't change the way I see her, even if I found out she did something bad before she moved here. Right? I wouldn't, would I? Even if Rena beat some of her friends, or broke all the windows of her school.
God, that's a strangely specific example, Keiichi.
Yeah.
Where did you get that from?
I wouldn't care because it happened in Higurashi. She doesn't do that in Inamazawa. Rena is Rena. She's my best friend. That's why I wouldn't see her differently if I found out about her past. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's a lie. I'd keep a distance from her if I found out that she really did such things. I'd be scared of her. I wouldn't try to listen to her. Why, it's just a rumor. Why would I be scared of her? She's my best friend. If I was in her situation, would I reject her like she just did? So, Rena's rejection of me was completely natural. Then, what am I supposed to do? I was the only one crying. Rena wasn't crying. She looked at me as if she was looking at something dirty. After giving me a nasty look, she disappeared into the darkness. Rena didn't forgive me. There was nothing I could do to atone for my sin but to keep crying, still down on my knees. And there we go.
Insane.
Ah, Keiichi. What a fun time. Discovering why it is his family moved so far away from the city at long last. After that being perhaps one of the earliest thematics I think we had brought up in the story.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah. That was interesting.
Just want to live normally.
I don't know, like, it's not to say that there's, like, I guess any real foreshadowing for that being explicitly
Specific
why.
case, I don't care. I'll be real honest.
But, like, I guess that also wasn't really what I was expecting, because, like, that seems so minor. Like,
I think maybe the anime did a better job of showing, like, how awful it was, like, showing the kid, like, get shot in the eye. I don't know. It's been a while since I've, like...
There was a guy I went to high school with who was shot in the eye at a paintball match and completely lost his vision in his left eye. And, like, you know, technically it happened because they weren't following the rules of how you should, you know, conduct yourself at a paintball venue. And, like, you know, he's now blind in one eye and he has to live with that for the rest of his life. But I mean, maybe it's just Australia, but it's not like there was any criminal charge for that, even though it was pretty explicitly misconduct on two people's behalf.
Remember that, like, this is intentional crime, and this is somebody, like, shooting specifically little kids, like, because they're helpless.
Yeah, but he's also, like, he's also a kid himself,
I suppose, but if you think about it, like, what is Ryukashi going to do? Like, I don't think that he could explicitly try to one-up Rena's own sin in that scene. Like,
I guess that's a pretty fair point.
He has to find something that would be feasible for a child to have done in the first place, and that they would get away from and try to move past. That's the real shit. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, it's fun. Yeah, I mean, I obviously am, like, thinking about this shit. I relate so fucking heavily to that scene. I remember it just completely floored me when I watched it the first time. Yeah, I don't know, like... God. Like, I've had experience on both sides of this argument, which is probably why, like, when people are like, which one do you associate yourself with more, Keiichi or Rena? I'm like, both. Like, I'll tell you a little bit about how I was growing up. I won't go into specifics too much, but I was diagnosed with some certain, like, communication disorders, which is very appropriate for the story that we're reading. And I can tell you that even to, like, I don't know, high school, I would the way that I would deal with not understanding a question or being confused or, you know, not understanding the rules of like a basketball game or something would be with, like, aggressive, violence a lot of the time. It's why I have so much energy now, because whenever I feel that, like, frustration, I channel it into, like, energy to, like, output, usually as comedy or something, but, like, I don't know. It's one of those things that, while I may not have had the same, like, calculated, you know, like, Keiichi's really, like, setting things up, and he has a little BB gun and all that sort of stuff, I feel that shame of, like, knowing that you've done, you know, awful things to people, and that you can't really do much about that. Like, in the movies, a lot of the time, they have that catharsis at the end where they go back and they find the bully or the person or whatever that they've hurt in the past, and they have catharsis with them. But I feel like in real life, it's easier just to, or it feels easier to just not mention it ever again. I couldn't imagine somebody, like, rolling out a list of all the, like, bad things that I've done, just, like, growing up.
Yeah.
I feel like that'd be pretty fucking awful.
I suppose it's very difficult for me to say how that would, like, feel for me.
Yeah. I mean, you're a pretty rational person, so.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
But, like, I don't know. I think I obviously do still understand the story's angle in that, like, you know, what he did was obviously very serious and injured people and was intentional, and I do get that. It's just that, like, I guess I'd kind of been hyping it up. Is the problem here?
I've been hyping this scene up in my mind, and I felt like it was about where I wanted it.
Well, yeah, but I guess you kind of have, like, an emotional connection to it, whereas I was just like, let's see how fucking terrible Keiichi is, and it was like, oh, he's just a...
I mean,
that's just a regular fucking kid.
I mean, like, I guess that's kind of the thing, is that you can take any stupid shit that someone did and, like, blow it out of proportion, or it might just be, like, to Keiichi, that feels like the world to him. Even to us, it's like, not as significant as the long drawn out explanation that we got of Rena's sin of like smashing the windows.
And I mean, it kind of goes back to what we were talking about in the first recap for Higurashi, where like, I'm like already trying to dodge the issue in my head here, but like, you know, I
feel you. This is what I'm struggling with this entire arc. Let's do it.
Like, from my perspective, like, he is someone who is, you know, very forgivable because he was a fucking stupid kid.
For sure.
Who needed something and didn't know how to express it. And, you know, people got hurt and he did it intentionally, but it's not like, you know, he is a scarred, mentally destroyed criminal.
Yeah.
He's just a fucking dumb kid.
And that's like what they all are, isn't it?
Yeah.
I think you're entirely on board. I think you're entirely on board with the story at this point.
Oh, no, absolutely.
Feel,
like,
right?
it's not as though I'm not understanding the thematics. It's just that my level of excitement for thematics is very disconnected from my enthusiasm.
As I've said, when it comes...
No, I've said the same thing twice.
You want to repeat yourself?
From my analysis.
Yeah. Like, as I said, you often pick your favorite story based on, you know, the subjective point in your life which it comes into. And as I say, like... I've been on both sides of that. And maybe I'll talk about the shitty friends that I've had in the past, but they were not fun. And for fuck's sake, I could have picked some better friends. We'll talk about that later.
Let's do this. Our reason for moving to Hinamizawa.
Oh.
I don't remember how many years ago it was. Or is this beautiful village surrounded... Wait.
I assume... Oh, unless it's like one of his parents. I don't know.
That was the thought I just had.
Yeah. Let's go Keiichi and then
there was this beautiful village surrounded by nature, but the village was going to be submerged in water because of a new dam project, and the villagers protested against it en masse. They held a sightseeing tour so people from other places could enjoy the local beauty. I joined the tour out of simple curiosity. Yeah, no, this has got to be his dad.
All right.
Keiichi wouldn't just take a fucking trip out.
Let's do it.
I'll take a point for that.
We will definitely take a point for that. Actually, how many pages has this been?
Nah, I'll just take the one. I'll just take the one.
God damn it.
Because we guessed it on the first page and didn't stick to our guns.
We didn't stick to it. All right. It's been a while, actually. Here we go. Keiichi's dad. There was this beautiful village surrounded by nature, but the village was going to be submerged in water because of a new dam project, and the villagers protested against it en masse. They held a sightseeing tour so people from other places could enjoy the local beauty. I joined the tour out of simple curiosity. I wanted to take a look at the nature that might sink under the water. But when I got there, the place took my breath away. The air was so clean and clear, and the landscape was beautiful beyond words. God, this man. Since then, I know, I was about to say. You motherfucker. Since then, I was hooked on the inspiring nature of the place. I fell in love with the village so much that I was very glad when I heard that the dam project was cancelled. That village is where I'm building our new house. When I visited there, I found a beautiful field of wildflowers.
So I covered it with a house.
That's it. I saw two cute girls playing in that field. Both of them were very beautiful with long, straight hair. They were probably neighbors or best friends. I still remember how they looked. One of them had a very beautiful face with a clear-cut profile for age, and the other had a very pretty, innocent look. I'm sure both of them will grow up into fine, beautiful ladies in the future. They were running around the field like they were dancing. I asked if the field was their playground. They said they were playing in the hopes that newcomers would move to the village.
Now that's a marketing campaign.
Look, this girls running through fields. Film that shit. Then I saw a sign saying, "Lot for sale." That was when I began to think that it might be a great place to live. There was nothing here, and things were a bit inconvenient compared to the life in the city, but I sincerely believe this was the best place for us to start a new life together as a family. A lot of things happened back in the city, but the past is the past. It's best that we move on. We learn from our mistakes, and I hope we can start a new, more ideal life in this village. Keiichi, you motherfucker, I hope you'll grow to love it here as much as I do. You do? Oh, I'm happy to hear that. I'm also happy that we've been doing a lot better as a family since we moved here. Back in the city, we were far from close, so now I'm truly happy that we're able to start from scratch. Now that I come to think about it, I've never had a chance to have a conversation with you like this before. Oh, Keiichi, do you know any two beautiful girls with long straight hair in your school? I think they're a lot younger than you. Oh, you know two young beautiful girls, but one has short hair, huh? I don't think they're the ones I saw.
Oh boy, geez, who's this suspicious extra person that Ryukishi is introducing?
Oh, geez, Felix.
Don't give me that voice. You know I don't like that show.
It's a great show. All about that butt. You want to know why I asked? Oh, I just want to ask them.
That was just a really, really uncomfortable place for you to make that comment.
It's perfect. Don't you dare cut that. It's perfect.
I'm not cutting it. I'm just
Thank God.
I'm just, oh, man.
Here we go.
Come on.
Here we go. Let's go. We're bringing the goof back.
Not to say that we have particularly good dramatic
No,
engagement
shush
with-
you. Be confident in your work, Felix.
I am
We are
confident in my work. That's the thing
comedies.
I'm confident about is the fact that we are so utterly disconnected from what is appropriate in the story.
Oh, I just wanted to ask to be models for my portraits. I was
now
thinking
it's
about
the
making them wear
stories.
cute costumes. Ahem.
It's alright, the story's more guilty than you.
Thank God. It's taking the spotlight away from me and I'll just fade out. But basically, I just want to see them again for artistic reasons. So if you happen to see them, let your dad know, okay? Promise me, okay? Cough, cough. And then he yeets out a window.
Good. And I hope he never comes back.
That was great.
Next time.
Next time.